What's up? It's Pat Tracy, sometimes spooky, always lovable. It's Blue Collection Update, whatever number, I don't know. I don't even know if people watch these anymore. Jumping right into it, because I don't want to waste time. It's The Sound of Music. It's a big box set. It's a limited edition. This is number 4,287 of 250,000. It's the 45th anniversary, so I don't know when this is actually from. Maybe 2013 or something like that. The movie came out in 1965, so 45 years, that would be 2010. So this box set was released in 2010. But yeah, I've never seen The Sound of Music. Also, I don't think I will watch it because it sounds kind of boring. But, alright, so the outer sleeve comes off, and then there's... How does this open? Oh, there's this box, opens like that, and I'll show you everything that's in it. So it says favorite things. Comes with the letter of authenticity. Comes with this book. It says Sound of Music, a few of our favorite things. And it is a book about the history and the making of the movie. Kind of neat. Again, as someone who hasn't seen this movie, I don't care. And it comes with the Blu-ray, which is a 4-disc set, it says. That is insane. Oh, okay. So yeah, it comes with the movie on DVD, the movie on Blu-ray, special features on Blu-ray, and then it comes with the soundtrack on CD. So you get 4 discs. That is pretty cool. The only song I know from The Sound of Music is the one that's in the pacifier, where he's like, "You are 16, going on 17, baby, it's hard to see." And there's this book, which is... I don't know what this is, but it's a book about the movie. It's got a bunch of pages and stuff. There's a swastika. This movie's about Nazis. And then there comes with a bunch of postcards from snapshots from Salzburg. There's Salzburg. There's that one. There's that one. That one. That one. That one. And we're back. Alright, that's all the postcards. And the last thing in the box, which is kind of cool, if I can get it out, it's this little box that says My Favorite Things, and the lid comes off, and... plays My Favorite Things. It's a music box. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, I assume this would be a really cool box set for someone that loves this movie. Like I've mentioned, have not seen this movie before. I happen to have found this box set at a garage sale for $30. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, because it's worth a lot more than that online. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool box set. And is The Sound of Music good? Would I like it? If you think so, let me know in the comments below. Is it worth my time? Alright, jumping into the thick of things. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. That's a song, isn't it? Anyway, starting out with a VHS. I found this on a free table at a, resale store I went to. It's a VHS. It's called The Race for the Double Helix. And it's got Jeff Goldblum in it. I don't know anything about this. I had never heard of it before. When I tried to scan it in on CLZ, it just didn't exist. Oh, it says Race for the Double Helix Life Story in parentheses, so maybe it's called Life Story, and that's why I couldn't find it. I was using the wrong title. I don't know. Has anyone ever heard of this movie? Is it good? Let me know. Next up, these are some weird movies. I don't even know where I got these from. I just happened to find them in a box. I got more, I just haven't watched them, but they're in these paper sleeves. This one's The Tale of Tilly's Dragon. They're just in these paper cases. This one was not very good. It was alright. Step Dogs, which I had actually seen before. I watched this on Hulu once. It's not a very good movie. And then this one, which was fucking garbage. Lapich, The Little Shoemaker. It's about a mouse and makes shoes. It's fucking garbage. Garbage movie. No good. Into the main stuff, I've been I'm a huge wrestling fan. I think if you pay attention to this channel, you've maybe realized that by now. But I'm trying to get all the All Elite Wrestling pay-per-views on DVD. So I got my first two. I got Revolution from 2020. This one's got some really good matches on it. The main event is Jericho versus Moxley. There's Pac and Orange Cassidy, MJF versus Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Some good stuff on here. And then I got All Out 2021, which was the first All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view I purchased because it was CM Punk's first match in 7 years. I'm a huge mark for CM Punk. But yeah, CM Punk came back, Jon Moxley faced Satoshi Kojima, MJF Chris Jericho, Young Bucks Lucha Brothers in a steel cage, which is my favorite tag team match of all time, and then Kenny Omega and Christian Cage. What a fucking great match that was. Yeah, this is maybe the best wrestling pay-per-view I've ever seen in my entire life. From start to finish, there's not a bad match, and it was a great show. If I had to pick a bad match, it would be Paul White versus QT Marshall, because that match was 3 minutes long and it kind of sucked. Upgrade. I had this on DVD, found it on Blu-ray. I still have never watched it. Is it good? I don't know. It's a sci-fi original show, and it's The Almighty Johnsons, Season 1. Unedited version. I don't know what this is about, even. Is it good? Alright, you guys know I always buy weird stuff at thrift stores. This is a weird one I found, and the case was broken, so I put it in a Blockbuster case. That's fun. It's called Aloha... Anya? I don't know how to say it. Aloha something. Love of the Land, and it's a luau DVD. Next up, this is one I actually pre-ordered, or I helped kickstart the movie. I tossed some money to the Kickstarter. I got sent the Blu-ray. And I got a poster too. I can't remember where I put the poster, but if I find it, I can show you. But it's Amityville Karen. This is the new movie that was directed by Sean C. Phillips, also known as Cool Duder on YouTube. Cool Duder is probably the guy who got me into making videos about movies, because I was watching his channel and was like, I like collecting movies, I could do this too. I was really excited for this movie, because I like Karen videos, I like watching them on TikTok and stuff, and I like Cool Duder a lot. This movie sucked. I hate to say it. Cool Duder, if you ever see this, I'm sorry. I still love you. But this movie's bad. The acting is really bad. Cool Duder, I think, is maybe the best actor in the entire movie. His character is very funny, and he had some laugh out loud lines. There's one part where these like three dudes are talking about getting pussy by drinking wine or some shit, and Cool Duder's like, wait, you've been getting blowjobs at you come to my winery and you get blowjobs at you're not supposed to be getting blowjobs here? I thought it was very funny. It made me laugh out loud. But the actress who plays Karen, Lauren Francesca, I've seen her on Cool Duder's YouTube channel a lot. She seems really fun, but I did not think she was good for this role. Just wasn't a very good movie, and it hurts me to say that because I was very excited for it, but it was a bad movie. Here's the poster that came with it. Just the same artwork as the Blu-ray case. Next up, I got this one from my coworker Kevin. I already own this movie, of course. Actually, maybe I own multiple copies of it, but it's kind of a cool case. It's like a lenticular cover, and it's the first Anchorman. I thought it was like a special edition thing, but no. It just... Honestly, this might be a bootleg, now that I'm looking at it. Because it's from a different region. Well, it's region 1, but it's from a different region. And just the art style is very weird. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think this is an actual release. What's the disc look like? Oh yeah. The disc is definitely a burn on demand, so it's definitely a bootleg copy, which is really weird. Why would you bootleg one of those common movies out there? I don't know, weird. Next up, this is one I found. It's going to be for a future Christmas thing that we do every year. You know, if you follow the channel, you know what I'm talking about. Bah Humbug, a Looney Tunes Christmas original movie. So, I don't know what it's about because I haven't watched it. You'll have to stick around for Christmas. Probably not this year, though. Sweet, I think we already have a lineup. Next up, this is one I found at a thrift store, and I thought it was really dumb. It wasn't even very funny. It's stand-up, but it's just not funny. It's Bananas. Bananas comedy featuring Anita Renfro. Bananas, I've seen a few different DVDs that they have. This was the first one I ever bought, and after this I'm kind of like, I'm not going to buy any more of the Bananas stand-up because they suck. It's not funny. Next up, a movie I've already seen 3 times. That's 9 hours of my life. The Batman. with Robert Pattinson, Robert Battenbat. This is easily my favorite Batman movie that's ever been released. I remember seeing this in theaters and just be like, holy fucking shit, this is Batman. Like, he doesn't kill anyone in the movie. It's based on a lot of my favorite Batman storylines from the comic books. They just get the character right. I love the suit. I love the action. The car is fucking fantastic. Such great performances from everybody in the movie. It's easily the best Batman movie I've ever seen. I really loved this movie. But see it if you haven't. But honestly, at this point, who fucking hasn't seen it? Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler. I don't like this movie very much. It's not very good. It's got some fun stuff in it, but overall, not a very good movie. I don't think it's great, but I bought a few different Adam Sandler movies in this collection update. Some of them were upgrades. I actually never owned this one, but on my podcast, Our Dads Are Brothers, available wherever you get your podcast, go check it out. We did an episode, we've done 2 episodes now about Adam Sandler, so I never owned that movie, so had to get it, because I want to own every Adam Sandler movie. Next up, this is another one of those weird movies for kids. It's the Bellflower Bunnies, and it says Volume 1 on the front. It's just 2 episodes of this TV show called the Bellflower Bunnies, and it was bad, so yeah. Upgrade, it's Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. Like I just said, I got some Adam Sandler movies. I had this on DVD, and I got it on Blu-ray. Could you imagine Big Daddy coming out on 4K? Who the fuck would care about that, right? Next up, found this one at a thrift store. It's Volume 2, which I don't own Volume 1, which kind of sucks, but it's The Brak Show. It's hard to see because it's white. The Brak Show, Volume 2. The Brak Show, obviously, is a spin-off of Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. Yeah, because Brak was one of the characters on Space Ghost. Next up, I already own these 2 on DVD. Thought this was Blu-ray. Turns out it's not. It's DVD 9. So, I'm stupid, but still a cool case. It's Burn Notice, Season 1 and 2. And if you notice, it's in a Blu-ray case. So I saw that and was like, oh, Burn Notice is on Blu-ray? I didn't know it did that. So I got it. But then I was like, I opened it, and the paper on the case, on the back of the case, just says Disc 3 and Disc 4. And so I was like, okay, so this is it's a bootleg. And like all the discs come in these little sleeves. So they're all DVD 9, and yeah, it's a bootleg. But I thought it was cool. So I've been finding a lot of bootlegs recently. It's really weird. Next up, this movie called Chomps. It's from 1979. I thought it looked like it was from 2004 based on the artwork, but I was wrong. It's an MGM movie. It's from 1979. And it's the only live-action movie to be produced by Hanna-Barbera, who is famous for making shitty cartoons from the 60s. Some of which I like, some of which I think are terrible. But it's Chomps. It's about a superhero dog that fights crime. That's all you really need to know. Chomps, what does it stand for? It doesn't say anywhere on the case. So, they have an acronym. They don't say what it's for. I had to go on Wikipedia to see what the acronym stood for. And honestly, don't remember what it stands for, so you can Google it yourself if you really fucking care. Next up, from Kevin, my coworker, he gave me Candyman. It's the original Candyman. I've never seen it. Still sealed. I'll probably just buy the Blu-ray of this one eventually, but I've never seen it. Is it good? I don't know. Remember in a past collection update, depending on if you watch all these and you actually remember them, I don't know. I got Cat Sitter DVD once. Well, I was at Goodwill and I found Cat Sitter Volume 2. How could I pass that up? I already got the first, so buy anything for $1. Next up, another one that is going to be in a future collection update. It is A Christmas Tale. It is a Blockbuster rental exclusive. I remember when Blockbuster used to do that, when the only place you could watch the movie was at Blockbuster if you rented it. Kind of weird. But I think it's funny is I bought this movie, it's a Blockbuster exclusive, but it's in a family video case. You can see it says family video right there. And then it's even got the family video sticker. So it's a rental exclusive that was from a different rental store. I think that's kind of funny. Next up, it's classic TV bloopers, uncensored, from classic TV shows, and you get to hear them say fuck. It's pretty interesting. Had some okay laughs in it. I only watched it for like 45 minutes. It's 2 hours long. It's fucking crazy, but it is on Paramount Plus. Because randomly, the first time I opened Paramount Plus, maybe it's on Peacock. It's on one of those two, but I think I opened Paramount Plus for the first time, and that was like the thing they were recommending to me was Classic TV Bloopers Uncensored, and I was like, weird, I just bought the DVD. Next up, I already own the movie on Blu-ray, and I've been watching the show on Freevee. I've watched it 3 times through already. It's maybe one of my favorite shows of all time now. It's Corner Gas, Season 1. Corner Gas is fucking incredible. It's maybe the best Canadian TV show ever made. It's so good and so funny. And go check out Corner Gas if you've never seen it. Streaming for free on Freevee. It's fucking great. Next up, some premium kids entertainment. It's Crocodile Rock. Not featuring Elton John. Next up, I already had this movie on Blu-ray, but apparently I lost the Blu-ray disc, and I only have the Blu-ray 3D disc. I don't have a 3D TV, so I can't play it. So, don't know how that happened, but, so upgrade. I got Doctor Strange on 4K. Don't have a slipcover, though, so I will have to find a slipcover for this eventually, because I hate that I have 3 MCU movies without a slipcover. This would be my 4th, because I still need a slipcover for Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man. So, those are the only ones I don't have without a slipcover, and so now I gotta find one for Doctor Strange 2. Doctor Strange 1, I mean, but 2 as in also. So, that's gonna be difficult. And then, next up, I got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's the newest Doctor Strange movie in the MCU. And, you know what? I didn't like this very much. I liked Scarlet Witch in it. No spoilers here, but I liked Scarlet Witch in it. But overall, didn't think this was a great movie. And I think most of that is because I think Doctor Strange as a character sucks. He's not a good character. At least in these movies. Next up, upgrade Dodgeball on Blu-ray. I had Dodgeball on Blu-ray, but it was in a DVD case. It's really weird. But now I got it in a Blu-ray case, so yeah. Everyone's seen that. And then upgrade, had this one in DVD, now I got it on Blu-ray. It's Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. I had never seen this movie before, but I like the Wayans brothers and my cousin Nathan, who I do the podcast with. Our Dads Are Brothers, available wherever you get a podcast. Go check it out, link in the description. He had always told me about this movie, and he was like, yeah, I really like it, you should check it out. And I finally watched it, and I loved it. It's just a straight-up parody of Boys in the Hood. You ever seen Boys in the Hood? This movie's just that, but with silly jokes and dumb stuff in it. It's so good. It's weird. Next up, I found this at a thrift store, and it turns out it is in PAL format, so it's region 4, and so I can't watch it. I have to get a region free player still. It's not number 1 on my to-do list, and I just never do it. It's Dragons Riders of Berk Season 1. Basically, it's from the How to Train Your Dragons franchise. I haven't seen this. I think it's maybe the Netflix. Is this the Netflix show, or is this the one that was on Nickelodeon? Because I know there's 2... Because there's a How to Train Your Dragons like cartoon show on Netflix, but I think there's also one on Nickelodeon? I don't know. That's a great trilogy, though. Next up, Disney Encanto. I really liked this movie. I thought it was very, very good and had some really great songs. I loved the animation style and everything about it. It's a very fun movie. You should go check it out. That song, We Don't Talk About Bruno, it's a big hit. It was all over TikTok for a while. Next up, I already own these on DVD, all the seasons individually, but I thought this was a cool set. It's another bootleg, actually. It's Family Guy, seasons 1 through 6, this DVD box set. And yeah, you might look at it and go, oh, that looks legit. Well, it's not. It is a bootleg because the back plot summary is only the summary for 1 season. So they just took the summary off of 1 season and put it on the back of this. And there's typos. It says, contains language not suitable for children, but language is missing the E. So they typed it wrong. So it's a bootleg. Not that I care. I bought it because it was a bootleg because I thought it was funny. Like, even just looking at the artwork, like, it just looks off, you know? Like, it just... inner thing broke off, too. I'd have to glue it. It just sits in the middle, on the inside. But if you need more proof that it is a bootleg, there you go. These are the discs in these silly little sleeves. Yeah, so that's fun. It's very fun. Oh geez, I'm dropping shit. Next up, Upgrade. Had this on DVD, got the Blu-ray, watched it again. You know what? This is a pretty fun movie. I think it's really funny. Kind of homophobic in parts, but very funny. Fired Up. It's the male cheerleading movie. It's pretty good. Next up, got this at a thrift store, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I ended up buying it. It is still sealed, which is crazy. People buy all this kind of shit and then never watch it or do anything with it, and then they just donate it to a thrift store. It's so silly. It's Flirty Girl Fitness, the teaser collection. Are you fit to strip? This one is... it's got chair dancing and chair fit, and booty beat and just teasing. Both of which are still... oh, nope. This one was open, so they watched this one. They didn't care about chair dance or chair fit, I guess. But, yeah, I thought this was just kind of silly. I now can learn to strip if I wanted. Am I fit to strip? Clearly not. I am not fit to strip. Next up, this is from the 70s. It was a TV special for children, and it's called Free to Be You and Me. Did you watch this as a kid? If you were alive back then, do you remember it? It won a Peabody and an Emmy Award, and it's got people like Alan Alda, Harry Belafonte, Mel Brooks, Michael Jackson, and more. In this, I was expecting like Michael Jackson, like how we envision him today, you know? But I forgot this was took place in the 70s, so I put it in and like, and now Michael Jackson. And here's like a 10-year-old kid coming on screen, and I was like, oh yeah, Michael Jackson was a kid back then. And next up, Seasons 1 and 2 of George Lopez. I like George Lopez. I was rewatching it for a while on Peacock, but then I kind of gave up because I moved on to other shows. I like George Lopez, though. I've seen every episode. I used to watch it as a kid on Nick at Night all the time, and I quite enjoy it. It's not super funny. That's one thing I realized when I was rewatching a few episodes. It's not laugh out loud funny. It's just kind of a good show. Just an easy watch, you know? I also forgot to take the price tag stickers off, so I'm doing that now. Next up, I got this one from Kevin, also. It's got C. Thomas Howell, who's from Outsiders, and Jake Busey, who's from Gary Busey's Vagina. It's The Hitcher 2, I've Been Waiting. Terrible name for a movie. It's a terrible subtitle. Just call it The Hitcher 2. Why The Hitcher 2, I've Been Waiting? Has this guy been waiting to hitchhike since the end of the first movie? I don't know. I don't know in the first movie. So I can't watch this one. But I like Jake Busey. I like Jake Busey a lot. Next up, a movie that I watched for an episode of our podcast months ago. It was episode 5, Basketball Movies, movies about basketball. Our Dads Are Brothers. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Link in the description. Go check it out. It's great. It's Hoosiers with Gene Hackman and Dennis Hopper and Barbara Hershey. I don't know who Barbara Hershey is. This is a very, very good movie. People say it's the best sports movie ever made. That's what the Los Angeles Times said. I think it was pretty good. I wouldn't call it the best movie ever made or sports movie ever made, but it's probably the best basketball movie I've ever seen. It was really fucking good. I loved it a lot. 5 stars. Next up, a movie I saw in theaters as a kid and found the Blu-ray and was like, wow, this movie's actually kind of good. It holds up. It's Hotel for Dogs with Emma Roberts and Jake T. Austin, who Jake T. Austin I'm pretty sure was on Hannah Montana, right? I think he was on Hannah Montana. What's in this? Why is this? Oh, it's got a little... I didn't even notice this when I watched it. It's got a little paper thing. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I thought this movie holds up. It's kind of fun. It's also got Kyla Pratt in it, and Lisa Kudrow, and Kevin Dillon, and Don Cheadle. So, pretty cool. Next up, a fucking garbage movie. Probably Adam Sandler's worst movie. I never owned this on DVD, so I didn't own it at all, so it's not an upgrade, but I got the Blu-ray. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. It's fucking awful. Just a terrible fucking homophobic movie that came out in 2007. Just unbelievable. Next up, I don't know what this is, but it has a really cool case. That's why I bought it. It's called Iced Earth, Gettysburg, 1863. I don't really know what it's about. I assume it's about Gettysburg, 1863, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a documentary or if it's like a History Channel type thing. I don't know. It comes with this little pamphlet, and when you open it, you might notice, oh, there's no disc. It's because the case has this little thing that slides off the side. How cool is that? You ever seen a case open like that? I haven't. That's why I bought this. Pretty cool. Next up, a goofy thing I found at a thrift store, and yeah, it's Jamming in Jamaica DVD. The very first movie. Jammin' in Jamaica. Bunch of cartoon characters dancing and jamming in Jamaica. It's from My Scene. I don't know what My Scene is. My City, My Style, My Scene. It was made by Mattel. Next up, a comedian that I don't really think is that funny, but my parents like him. Jeff Dunham, Spark of Insanity. He plays with puppets. You guys know Terry Fator? He's very funny. He's my favorite ventriloquist. I think Terry Fator is hilarious. He's a great singer. He's very funny. He puts on a good show. Jeff Dunham, take him or leave him. Next up, I already owned this movie. I don't know if I had it on 4K. I might have just had it on Blu-ray, but I bought this because I found it with the figure. It's Justice Society World War II, and it comes with the Flash figure in the box. I thought that was kind of cool. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for like $8, so I felt like that was a pretty good deal. Comes with the Flash. I like the Flash. That's the Flash hat right there that we used to use for giveaways. Next up, I found this at a random thrift store, and honestly, not that great of a movie. It was better than I was expecting, but didn't think it was all that fun. It's Kumba, with Jake T. Austin, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Fishburne, Anna Sophia Robb, and Liam Neeson. Anna Sophia Robb, she's from... what the hell's the movie about the dog that's named after a grocery store? Because of Winn-Dixie. That's the movie, Because of Winn-Dixie. She's in that, I believe. Next up, a movie that I looked at and thought, oh, this looks really fun. Found out it's the third in a trilogy, so I can't watch it. It's The Librarian, Curse of the Judas Chalice, starring Noah Wiley, or Weil. I don't know how you say it. But, yeah, it seemed kind of silly and fun. It was directed by Jonathan Frakes, who is from Star Trek. He played Riker on The Next Generation. Turns out there's a whole trilogy of these. They're TV movies. And then after the third one, this one, they made a TV series called The Librarians. So I'm going to have to dedicate some time if I want to sit down and watch all this. I got to find the first two movies, though. And then this one I thought was kind of cool. Looney Tunes Superstars 45 Classic Shorts. It includes Foghorn Leghorn and Friends, Bugs Bunny, and Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote are my favorite of the Looney Tunes. I remember being a kid and really loving all their little shorts and stuff, so that's mainly why I bought this, was for the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons. Next up, Upgrade. Had this on DVD, and it's a movie I absolutely love. I know it fucking is stupid and not very good, but I love it. It's my type of humor, and it's just so fun. It's Mac and Devin go to high school with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa, and Andy Milonakis is also in it. Lunel is there. Mike Epps. It's got a bunch of people in it. It's a very fun movie. I think it's so stupid, but just so funny. I really like it. Next up, found this one at a thrift store. I don't own the first one, so I can't watch this, and I honestly didn't even know this movie existed. But it's Nanny McPhee Returns with Emma Thompson, which I didn't know there was a sequel to Nanny McPhee. But also, it's funny because Nanny McPhee returned, and then they did Mary Poppins Returns, and I think Nanny McPhee and Mary Poppins are kind of like the same character, right? As someone who's never seen Nanny McPhee or Mary Poppins, they're the same character, right? Except this was a fucking garbage movie. It's National Lampoon's Golf Punks with Tom Arnold. I'm trying to get all the National Lampoon's movies, which is a little bit difficult, because if you don't know, National Lampoon's, they made, a handful of movies that they produced themselves, and then pretty much after that, they started licensing their name. So you could make any fucking trash movie, pay National Lampoon's, and they would just slap their name on your movie, no matter what it was. So you get a lot of movies like this, that are just fucking bottom-of-the-barrel garbage, and it says National Lampoon's. It was a way for people to, if you were in a store and you went, oh, National Lampoon's, they made Vacation, I'll buy this. And then you'd get home watching and go, oh, this fucking sucked. That's what National Lampoon's currently does. I don't know if they still do it. I don't know if there's been a National Lampoon's movie in the last decade or whatever, but they were doing that in the 2000s, I know. Next up, I already have season 1 of this on DVD, so when I found the others, I had to get them. It's Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica, complete season 2 and 3. And then Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica, the final season, which is either season 4 or 5. I don't know. So if this is season 5, I still need season 4. If this is season 4, then I have the complete set. I don't know how many seasons there were. I should check that. Amazon. How many seasons were there of Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, Newlyweds is an Australian television sitcom that originally aired on the 7 network for 2 seasons from February 20th, 1993 to March 16th, 1994.
She was wrong. That's a different show. Wikipedia is telling me that Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica only ran for 3 seasons and 41 episodes. But if this set is seasons 2 and 3, and this season is the final season, what the fuck does that mean? It makes no goddamn sense. How's there only 3 seasons? Well, so they got divorced like 3 months after the show ended. Anyway, next up, another movie I haven't watched. It'll be in a Christmas episode in the future. It's The 9 Lives of Christmas. It's got Brandon Routh. He was Superman in probably the worst Superman movie. I like Brandon Routh a lot, though. He was also Dylan Dog in that awful Dylan Dog movie, Dead of Night. He fights a werewolf at the end, played by Kurt Angle. Fucking garbage movie. I like Brandon Routh, though. He's not in a lot of good stuff, but I like the guy. Next up, this is a movie I saw back when it first came out, and I just thought it was garbage. And I found the Blu-ray and was like, I know this movie's bad, I'm going to rewatch it. And you know what? Still holds up. This movie's fucking trash. It's a bad movie. It's Old Dogs with Robin Williams and John Travolta, and Seth Green's in it too. And the only funny part in the entire movie is Seth Green when he is kidnapped by the gorilla. Made me legit laugh, but it's only because I like Seth Green and I think Seth Green's funny. If that was any other actor, it wouldn't have worked. But anytime they cut away to John Travolta and Robin Williams, I was like, fuck these people, just go back to Seth Green. Next up, still sealed, and I actually had this, I think I have one of these on Blu-ray, but this is the complete set of all 4 of these, so it's Over America Deluxe Edition, still sealed, and this one comes with Over America, Over Alaska, Over California, and Washington the Beautiful. So 4 different aerial views in this one, which I have Over America is the one. I have them Over America, so now I have the complete set of all 4 of them. How cool is that? Into the final stretch here. I'm sorry, this is probably a long video, but I have put off a collection update for months, and I had so many fucking movies in this update. But we're on the last stack, so. I found this at a garage sale. Actually, I got 2 of them. I haven't watched the second one, so I was going to save it for a different update, but I'll just show them now. So I found these 2 Blu-rays at a garage sale. They were both $2 a piece. So $4 total. I got Planet Earth, the complete series, and it's still sealed. This one goes for $15 to $20 online if you buy it brand new. And then I found Sunrise Earth, still sealed, for $2. And this one goes from like anywhere from like $50 to $70 on eBay if it's still sealed. So, pretty good deal, I gotta say. Next up, Presidential Blucher. That's a blooper in of itself. Presidential Bloopers. It's from Time Life Video. It says, a hilarious look at our nation's leaders. You know what? I watched this, and it's not hilarious. It's a lot of videos of presidents falling down either stairs or bowling alleys. You would not believe how many of our fucking presidents have gone bowling and just not let go of the ball and just fucking falling down the bowling alley. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, I get it. America has this obsession with hiring decrepit old white guys. I don't get it. Don't ask me. But it makes no sense. Why are they going bowling? Why are they walking up so many stairs? It's like, these people are fucking 90 years old. Let them sit down or something. I don't know. America has a problem. Next up, Upgrade. I had it on DVD. I saw it in the theaters. I really like this movie. It's The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. It's a good movie. I don't like that they get together in the end because they seem not right for each other, but... Next up, Seasons 1 and 2 of this TV show that I think looks fucking boring, and my parents were like, no, you gotta watch it, and I'm like, I never will watch this. It looks awful. It's Quincy M.E. Medical Examiner? Is that what that stands for? M.E.? The original crime scene investigator. This show looks boring as shit. I will never ever watch it. That is a guarantee. Next up, a movie I found at the dollar store, and it's not a dollar store anymore, though. That gets me Don't get me started. You're not the dollar store anymore because it's $1.25. Anyway, this is Red Werewolf Hunter. It was bad. It's got Felicia Day in it. Felicia Day, she's from Serenity, right? Well, on the back of this it says the Guild. I don't know what the Guild is. I don't know who Felicia Day is then. I thought she was from Serenity, but apparently she's not. Anyway, Red Werewolf Hunter. She plays Red, like Red Riding Hood, and she hunts werewolves. It was a dumb movie. Next up, got Season 1, Volume 1 of Route 66, which, when I scanned this in, apparently I already owned it. So, I don't know if I actually do or not, because I assume I do because I had it scanned, but it's in a box in my garage, because that's what I do with TV shows, so I don't know. Maybe I bought a double. Next up, a movie I remember watching as a kid, and I've always liked this movie. It's one of my favorite stoner movies, because it's so dumb. But also at the same time, it's more realistic than any other stoner movie. Because this is the one stoner movie where if you were actually stoned, this could happen to you. And it's Smiley Face with Anna Faris and John Krasinski. Because she just gets really... She eats like 25 pot brownies and gets so stoned that she just has to go about her day where she's got like an audition for a movie. She's got to go help her friend do something. She's got to go pick up some money. She's got to go pay some bills. And, like, she's just so stoned, she's just forgetting what she's doing all day long. And people are constantly like, are you okay? And she's like, I don't know. Next up, this is a movie I remember watching on Netflix a few years ago. It's got Miley Cyrus and, God, why can I never remember this guy's fucking name? Jeremy Piven. It's got them two in it. It's so undercover. Miley Cyrus, she is an FBI agent who has to go to high school. Crazy, right? It's how could someone have never come up with that plot before of a young-looking police officer having to go back to high school to solve a crime? It's just such a good idea, and I can't believe it had never been done before this. Next up, Upgrade. Had this one on DVD. Now I have the complete franchise on Blu-ray. It's Spy Kids all the time in the world. It's the 4th Spy Kids movie. And it's the worst Spy Kids movie. No. Spy Kids 3 is the worst. The Spy Kids 3 is terrible. This one's somewhat okay. Another upgrade. Stuart Little. I had this on DVD. Now I have the first one on Blu-ray. I just gotta get Stuart Little on Blu-ray. I don't think Stuart Little 3 ever came out to Blu-ray, so I think Stuart Little 3 is only DVD. But, so I just need Stuart Little 2. Next up, this is another bootleg. I have this one on Blu-ray. This is a DVD copy, but I had to get this. So I'm pretty sure it is The Princess and the Frog. I don't know what language this is, and I'll show you on the side too. I don't know what language this is, so if you do know what language this is, let me know down below. Because it does not say anywhere on the back, because here's the back. And all it says down here is, warning, and then there's a warning, and this is not for rent. So, I don't know what this is. And then there's the DVD. It's clearly a burn on demand, or just, you know, a fake disc. But, yeah. Had to get it. Next up, from Disney Pixar, Turning Red. It was really good. It's a Pixar movie where she turns into a bear. Pretty good. I liked it. I liked it quite a lot. Next up, this is a movie I hadn't seen probably since the year it came out, and it's a horrible fucking awful film. It's so bad. It's just dumb and stupid, and the sci-fi elements are boring, and it's just a terrible paced movie and no good. It's Ultraviolet with Mila Jovovich, however you fucking say her name, Mila Jovovich. I don't know how you say it, but she's in any bad sci-fi movie you can think of. It's probably got Mila Jovovich in it. Next up, Walt Disney Short Films Collection. It's got a bunch of short films from Walt Disney. Got 12 of them, from Frozen, Tangled, Prep and Landing. Next up, believe it or not, I never owned this movie, and I actually watched it for the first time ever this year when I did our first Adam Sandler episode of our podcast, Our Dads Are Brothers, available anywhere you get a podcast. Go check it out. It's The Wedding Singer with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. I had never seen this before, and you know what? It's really great. It's so funny, and I get why people say it's one of Adam Sandler's best, because it is a very, very good movie, and I love his fucking song in that movie. Somebody kill me, please. I'm on my knees. Pretty, pretty, please. Kill me. Fucking great. Next up, found this at a thrift store. It's from a library. I don't really know what it is. It's What's Up NASA. And I normally wouldn't buy something like this because it's a printed out piece of paper. that like they Xerox the actual paper and then just print a new one. But how could I not get this? It's what's up NASA? It's happening. If it's happening at NASA, it's happening here. Doesn't make any sense, because if you're at NASA and it's happening at NASA, yeah, it's fucking happening here, because that's where you are. You're at NASA. Next up, this is a I think a BMX movie. I think it's a documentary. I don't really know what it is, but it's got a cool case, and that's why I bought it. It's called Where the Trail Ends. It's a Blu-ray, and yeah, 2 discs. Like I said, oh, this is a DVD. This is a Blu-ray. I don't know what this is. Do you know? It's a film following the world's top freeride mountain bikers as they search for unridden terrain around the globe, ultimately shaping the future of big mountain free riding. Wow, that's exciting. Next up, one of my favorite shows from when I was a young wee child, and still has a banger of a theme song, one of the best theme songs you'll ever hear. It's Wishbone, Hot Diggity Dog. This is 2 episodes. No, sorry, it's 1 episode from the hit TV series Wishbone, and the episode is Hot Diggity Dog. So that's very fun. And Wishbone has the best theme song in the world. Yes, I shall sing it. What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination for such a little pup. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? Kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Wishbone. World's funniest and cleverest commercials. This was okay. Some of these commercials are honestly really dumb, but they show a lot of cigarette commercials, and I always like cigarette commercials. It's crazy looking at cigarette commercials from back in the day. Like, someone will be smoking a cigarette, and they'll be like, 9 out of 10 doctors say that if you're going to smoke cigarettes, you better smoke this cigarette, because it's actually good for you. And I'm going to live to be 34. Now someone is mowing their lawn. I'm trying to record over here. Anyways, I'm just going to roll with it. Next up, it's You Don't Mess with the Zohan by Adam Sandler. I actually owned this on DVD, but I never watched it. So I watched it when we did our Adam Sandler episode. And honestly, not terrible. Like, it's super fucking stupid, but I kind of like it. Because, like, you guys know me, I like really dumb comedy. This was pretty good. I liked it. And then last up, I got it from the dollar store. It's Young, Fast, and Fierce. And it's actually, this is the first one, and then I own V8. V8 2, Rise of the Nitros or something like that, which is the sequel to this one. And so when I got V8 2, I didn't know that, but now I have this one, and I watched it. So now I can watch V8 2, which I haven't watched V8 2 yet, but yes, last one. I'm done. I have no more movies. This was probably really long. Longer than I thought. Hopefully this is less than 30 minutes, but it probably will not be. Anyway, that's all. I have nothing else to talk about. Go check out my podcast. I mentioned it like 6 times throughout this episode. I put a lot of work into my podcast. I'm very proud of it. I want it to be successful. So go check that out if you care. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, but nobody even watches these anymore, so that's all, folks and yolks. That's an egg joke for you. I'm Bat Tracy. Whatever. Bleh!